pretty early on, we realized we have two really critical issues we have to try and help solve. One was the reagents for the tests that keep running out, and the other one is the scale of the tests. So we need, instead of like the number of tests being done today, we need to scale it up to tens of thousands of tests. So my background, I'm actually a neuroscientist, but my background is in developing methods in order to sequence small molecules called RNA in the brain. And we realized that actually, in order to diagnose the virus, we need to apply very similar methods that what we're doing in the lab to study the brain. We can actually use these methods to also diagnose the virus. So that's exactly what we're doing. We came up with an idea of using small magnetic beads that can very easily extract these viral RNA molecules from the clinical samples and help us identify if an individual is sick or healthy.
And Dr. Habib, your method has been crowned as being far more efficient and cost-effective. Talk to me about the benefits of using your method.
Yeah, very much so. So our method has several really appealing advantages. The first is that it is much faster than current methods that are being traditionally used in diagnostic labs. The second is that the materials we use are, instead of buying very expensive commercial kits, are materials we can actually generate in every lab, exactly like our lab. And the third part is that we can very easily do it in very large scale. So that's why we've been working very closely with a local hospital here, Hadassah Hospital. And this is actually one of the strengths of what we have here. So when I say we, by the way, it means my lab, in very tight collaboration with the lab of Professor Nir Friedman from the Hebrew University. And we are already joining a huge effort of the Hebrew University that already works with Hadassah Hospital. So the Hebrew University has already built a whole system to help with the diagnostic test from Hadassah. So there's over 50 volunteers working day and night at the hospital in collaboration with Professor Dana Wolf from the virology department. It's all led by Professor Yuval Dor and many others who are doing like an amazing work. So we could actually come with our method. Once we developed it, we could come directly to them and immediately test them. And we've done already more than 800 tests by now. So our method is completely validated. So we're first integrating it into Hadassah. We're now also talking with people in Israel and in many other countries around the world. And hopefully other people could benefit from this method, and it will be really widely used and can solve the problem of the missing reagents throughout the world.
I mean, obviously everybody wants to get a grip on this virus as quickly as possible, but I can imagine that there's certainly a lot of red tape that you must need to be able to go through in order to roll this out. Talk to me about the parameters that must be put in place or adapted by government bodies in order to make this possible and use the technology you've created.
So that will require a lot of work from the government. To help us do that, it will require more efficient gathering of samples. And I really hope there'll be collaboration on that, because I think it's critical for us to get out of this crisis. So that's basically it. We promised to work really hard on the development. We're almost there. We have very promising results, and we need the government collaboration to actually make it happen.